Welcome to Vedadi classes. Last time we have started the mole concept of the chapter Some Basic Concept of Chemistry. So we discussed earlier about the mole, number of moles, number of moles of atoms and molecules, and we also solved some question based upon moles and the number of moles. Today we are going to start the rest part of this mole concept, but before that I just like to introduce you about solution. So what the solution is? So simply solution, we say the homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture, this is known as solution. Homo means same, geneous means phase, or in other word we can say state. Have a look here. This is water and we put some salt or the sugar in this. So now salt is in solid state and the water which you have taken is in liquid state. But when you mix it, then they attain one phase, that is the liquid phase. When you mix some salt in water, it becomes solution, and we can't identify the solid phase of the salt because the solution, in the solution it have attained one phase, that is the liquid phase. So we say this is the solution or the salt solution. Now we can also explain this solution term just like this: solute plus solvent is equal to solution. Solute is what? So on the basis of amount, solute is which have less amount is known as solute, and which have larger amount, that is known as solvent. In the case of salt solution, salt is solute whereas water is solvent, because water is in large amount and the salt is in a small amount. So salt is solute and the water is solvent. Now have a look here. We have to study a new term, mass percentage. Mass percentage. So what is the mass percentage? Have a look here. We have taken a solution. A solution must have two components, A and B. Either of two may be solute or the solvent. One will be solute, other will be solvent. So suppose this is A, its mass is Ma, B, its mass is Mb. Now if you want to find out mass percentage of A, so it will be equal to mass of A upon total mass into 100. Now what's about mass percentage of B? So mass percentage of B will be equal to mass of B upon total mass into 100. So this is the mass percentage. Suppose I just like to give you some example. So mass of water is 90 gram and mass of salt is 20 gram in a solution, then you have to find out what the question is. Find out mass percentage of salt in solution. Okay. So what they have given mass of water, and also they have given mass of salt, that is 20 gram. So first they are asking about the mass percentage of salt. So we have to use the formula. Suppose here the solution, here the salt, here the water, and both make a solution. Suppose mass of salt is Ma and the mass of water is Mb. So Ma they have given 20 gram and Mb they have given 90 gram. So they are asking about the mass percentage of salt. So it will be mass of salt upon total mass into 100. So when you solve it, put the values 20 divided by 20 plus 90 into 100. Now when you solve, whatever will come, that will be answer. So 20 divided by 110 into 100. So 0 is cancelled. So 20 divided by 11. So whatever will come, that much percentage will be your answer. Now, in a similar way, we have to know about the mole fraction. We are only discussing about the Cbse syllabus of class 11th, some basic concepts of chemistry, the mole concept part. So we have one another topic, that the mole fraction. So what the mole fraction is? So mole fraction, simply we just take the same example. We just take a solution. One is there must be two components, component A, component B. Either of them may be solid or solvent. No? So suppose the component A have a number of moles A, component B have the number of moles B. Now, so how will you solve such type of the question? So first you should know formula of the mole fraction. So mole fraction of A, it will be equal to number of moles of A upon total number of moles. That's it. So this is the mole fraction of A. Now if you want to find out mole fraction of B, so what? So mole fraction of B, this will be equal to number of moles of V upon total number of moles. So this is the mole fraction of A and the mole fraction of V. Usually mole fraction is represented by xi. This is like this. This is known as xi. Xi. Psi, xi. The x is a little bit extended. So this is xi. Okay. So the one more concept regarding mole fraction is the mole fraction of A plus mole fraction of B is equal to 1. How? Have a look here. So have a look here. We will explain it. Mole fraction of A plus mole fraction of B is equal to 1. So mole fraction of A is what? Mole fraction of A is number of moles of A upon total number of moles, and mole fraction of B, number of moles of B upon total number of moles. Isn't it? Now what? So just take the LCM. So LCM will come Na plus Nb. So in this case it will be Nb plus Na. Na? So so this is what? So we can write over here, this is cancel, so it will be 1. So unity. Na? So you can take it as a unity 1. Na? So here you can write Na, here the Nb, na? Nb, that's it. So this is the unity. So this have been proved. Okay. Now have a look here. The next one we are going to now we have to solve some question on based of this. So what the questions are, what type of the questions they can ask you from the mole fraction. So suppose in mole fraction NaCl 2 moles of NaCl is dissolved in 5 moles of water. Find out mole percentage, mole fraction of NaCl and water respectively. So how you solve it? So you can solve it directly. So suppose we have a mole fraction of NaCl. NaCl is the solution and the water in a solution. NaCl is the solid, water is the solvent. Suppose mole fraction of NaCl is Na and the mole fraction of number of moles of NaCl is Na, number of moles of water is Nb. So number of we have to find out mole fraction of NaCl first. So mole fraction of NaCl, it will be equal to number of moles of NaCl. So the number of moles of NaCl is given 2 and the number of moles of water is given as 5. So 2 divided by total number of moles 2 plus 5. So solve it, what will come? That will be the mole fraction of NaCl. If you and they are also asking about the mole fraction of water. So you have not to you can do in the similar way, or there is a shortcut. Shortcut is what? As you know, mole fraction of A plus mole fraction of B is equal to 1, and we know the mole fraction of 1. Mole fraction of one component, that is a 2/7. So suppose Xi A is the mole fraction of NaCl and Xi B is the mole fraction of H2O. NaCl you know, so it's 2/7 plus mole fraction of H2O, that is equal to 1. So what you have to do? Mole fraction of H2O is equal to 1 minus 2/7. Whatever will come, that will be your answer. So this is one type of the question they can ask you. They can also ask you the second question just like this. 90 gram of water. 90 gram of water have 90 gram of water have, you can write over here, 50 gram of calcium carbonate. Now find out mole fraction of each. So how you just get it now? So in such type of the question, first you have to find out the number of moles of each. So number of moles of each means you have water and you have calcium carbonate. Na? So what is the formula of the number of moles? So number of moles of water is equal to given mass upon molecular mass or the molar mass, as you have already discussed. In the similar way, you have to also find out number of moles of calcium carbonate. So this will be equal to given mass of the calcium carbonate divided by molar mass of the calcium carbonate. So for that, first you have to find out the molar mass of H2O. So hydrogen have atomic number 1 and oxygen have atomic number 16. Then 18 is the molar mass of water. In the similar manner, calcium carbonate, calcium have atomic mass 40, carbon 12 plus oxygen 16, 16 into 3. So when you solve it, it will come 100. So 100 is a molar mass of calcium carbonate. Now find out, what you have to find out? Number of moles of each. Put the values. So number of moles of water is 90 gram. Mass is 90 gram. Molar mass you got 18. Then 18 5 ja, it's 5. So number of moles of water you got 5. Now the number of moles of calcium carbonate you have to find out. So it was given mass is for the calcium carbonate is 50 divided by molar mass you got 100. 100. So 50 2 means 1 by 2. Now you got the number of moles of each component. Now you have to find out the mole fraction of each component. So mole fraction of H2O, it will be number of moles of H2O divided by total number of moles. So number of moles of H2O is 5 and total number of moles is 5 plus 1 by 2. Thus you can take 0.5. So 5 divided by 5.5. So whatever will come, that will be the mole fraction of H2O. Now in the similar way, you can find out, either you can get the number of moles of CaCO3 is equal to 1 minus 5 upon 5.5, because as you know, the mole fraction of A plus mole fraction of B is equal to 1. So 1 you know already. So the other you can find out by subtracting the number of mole fraction of 1 with the mole fraction of suppose like A from 1. So you will get the value of mole fraction of other. So in this case, as you know the mole fraction of water, so subtract the this value from 1. So we will get the answer. Or you can directly use the formula. So number of mole fraction of this is the mole fraction of calcium carbonate, or mole fraction of calcium carbonate is equal to number of moles of calcium carbonate, that is 1 by 2, that's a 0.5 divided by total number of moles 5 plus 0.5. So it will come 0.5 divided by 5.5. So whatever will come, that will be your answer. So you can find out the mole fraction of CaCO3 in the both the ways, either subtracting the value of mole fraction of water from 1, or by using the same formula, number of moles of A upon total number of moles, like that. Now move towards the next type of the question. "180 gram of water have 2 moles of calcium hydroxide. Find out mole fraction of each." Now, how we solve such type of the question? First, you write the values given. So the for water, they have given the mass is a 180 gram, and for the calcium hydroxide, they have already given number of moles, and the number of moles of calcium hydroxide is they have given 2. So first they have only given the mass of the water, so you have also to find out the number of moles of water. So H2O, again find out 2 into 1 plus 16, it will be 18. This is the molar mass. So molar mass is equal to 18, and the given mass is equal to 180. Then first find out the number of moles of water. So it will come 180 divided by 18, so it will be 10. Now you know already the number of moles of calcium hydroxide is already given, so there is no need to there is no need to find out expanded form or in this as we have got the number of moles of water. So now we have number of moles of one component, number of moles of other component. Then find out simply mole fraction of H2O. Given number of moles of H2O is 10, and the total number of moles will be 10 plus 2, so it will be 10 by 12. Solve it, you will get the mole fraction of H2O. Now mole fraction of calcium hydroxide, how will you get it? So it is 2, number of moles of 2 upon total number of moles is 10 plus 2, it will come 2 by 12. Now solve it, what will come? That will mole fraction of calcium hydroxide. Or you can also find out the mole fraction of calcium hydroxide with one way, because as you know, number of moles, mole fraction of A plus mole fraction of B is equal to 1. So mole fraction of calcium hydroxide is equal to 1 minus mole fraction of H2O. So you will get the same answer of the as you got the mole fraction of calcium hydroxide with the this formula. Now what more type of the question they can ask? So they can ask you some more type of the question just like this. 10 moles of water have 200 gram of calcium carbonate. Find out mole fraction of each. So how we solve such type of the question? So again, a number of moles of this time they have given the number of moles of water. So you have not to do anything about the water. Now they have given the mass of the calcium carbonate. So mass of calcium carbonate they have given 200 gram, and so you have to find out the molar mass of the calcium carbonate. So 40 plus carbon is 12 plus 16 into 3, you will solve it, you will get 100. So molar mass is of you got what, 100. So first find out the number of moles. So number of moles will be given mass upon molar mass, so you got 2 moles. Number of moles of CaCO3 will be 2. Now you have to solve now you can solve the further part of this question with the same. Mole fraction of H2O is equal to number of moles of H2O upon total number of moles, and number of moles mole fraction of calcium carbonate is equal to number of moles of calcium carbonate divided by total number of moles, so 2 upon 12. So just like this. So this is the way to solve the question which is related to what which is related to mole fraction. So we have solved we have studied two concepts. One is the mass percentage, other is the mole fraction. Next we have to study about one more, that is the parts per million, ppm. It is known as parts per million, or simply we say it is a ppm. So parts per million is what? Parts per million is a basically the biological unit, na? But we have to study over here. So how we just write ppm. So it is known the parts per million. So million is what? 10 power 6. So what the part is present in 10 power 6, that is known as parts per million. Suppose we have the component A and the B like this. So you have to find out the ppm of A. So ppm of A, so it will be the mass of A upon mass of the solution. So mass of A plus mass of B into 10 power 6. If you want to find out the ppm for B, other component, so mass of B upon mass of A plus mass of B into 10 power 6, like this. So whatever the question it will be raised from here. So we will study some question from ppm. So like here the question just like this: a sample of drinking water, a sample of drinking water was found to be severely contaminated with the chloroform. Chloroform, that is the molecular formula of the chloroform is CHCl3. You should keep in mind. Supposed to be carcinogen. Supposed, this is a part of the question. Supposed to be carcinogen. The level of contamination. The level of contamination was 15 ppm by mass. So what the question is, express this in percent by mass. Express this in percent by mass. Second question, second part of this, express this in percent by mass. Okay, so first you just solve this part only, because the next part of the question have some molarity term they have used. So we will just whenever you discuss about the molarity, then we will just solve such type of we will solve that part of the question. So a sample of drinking water was found to be severely contaminated with the chloroform supposed to be carcinogen. The level of contamination was 15 ppm. So now you have to convert the 15 ppm into percent. Okay, what I told you, 15 ppm means what? 15 ppm means 15 part present in 10 power 6. 10 power 6. So basically you have to find out ki what part will present in 100. It means now you can solve this question by unitary method simply. Since 10 power 6 so 10 power 6 parts have 15 part of chloroform. 10 power 6 part of solution, na? Drinking water, you can say drinking water have 15 part of chloroform. Then you have to find one part solution will have 15 upon 10 power 6 part of chloroform. Then you have to find out in 100. They are asking the percent, na? Percent means 100. So 15 divided by 10 power 6 into 100. So 2 0 is cancelled, 2 0 is cancelled. The 15 into 10 power minus 4. So 15 into 10 power minus 4, or in scientific notation we can write 1.5 into 10 power minus 3%. So this is your answer. So basically you have to convert the ppm into 10 power 6. Look, some more question I'm just giving you. Convert 20 ppm into percent. Second, 80%. Acha, one more thing you can do. They can ask you the reverse question. Reverse question is like 20% will have 20% into ppm. So how you just solve this? This is a very easy. But now, as you know, 20 ppm means 20 part in 10 power 6, na? So since this is the first part, since 10 power 6 part solution have, you have to write in between 20 part of part, therefore one will have 20 upon 10 power 6. Therefore you have to find out 100. So 20 upon 10 power 6 into 100. So it will be what? 2 0 cancel, 2 0 is cancel over here, 1 0 is over cancel, the 2 into 10 power minus 3. So this will be your answer. This will be this much percent. Now we will solve the reverse question. 20%. 20% means 100 have 100 part have 100 parts, 100 is the solution, and which have the 20 in the solute is present. Since 100 have the 20, you have to write in between. So therefore 1 will have 20 upon 100. Then you have to find out in 10 power 6. So it will be 20 100 into 10 power 6. So 2 is cancelled. It's okay. So 20 into 10 power 4 ppm. So this will be your answer. Na? So you can convert ppm into percent into ppm. So such type of the question will ask. So today in this video we have covered 3 topics. First, mass percentage. Second, mole fraction, and third, ppm. In next video we will move towards molarity and normality. So till then, take care of yourself. Goodbye.